Good evening. Welcome to Class Night 1993. Before we begin, Mr. Jost, I want to thank you and Westboro High School Band for a lovely opening to tonight's ceremony. Mrs. Corbacero, the advisor for the Class of 93, would like to begin this evening.
I'd like to welcome you all here this evening. Before I introduce the class officers for the class of 1993, I want to thank them for helping Mrs. Lewis and myself make this year's activities and fundraisers enjoyable and successful. Both the senior dance and Russ Burgess raised needed funds for your class. Your support at the Powder Puff game enabled us to send a sizable contribution to the American Red Cross Hurricane Relief Fund. Profits from the Music Man and the Easter candy sales kept the senior ball costs reasonable and funded a cost-free trip to Martha's Vineyard this past week. I only hope that you had as much fun as Mrs. Lewis and I did. We want to wish all of you the best next year and future years. Before I close, I want to remind you that Westboro flannel boxers are still on sale. And it gets mighty cold in those dorm rooms. For $5 only, for seniors, tonight. Now let me introduce to you the officers of the class of 1993. President, Katie McGinn. Vice President, Laura Olson. Secretary, Anja Trevedy. Treasurer, Julie Grossman.
Should I just Well, right now we'll like to start with a presentation of the class will. And to start off, I want to tell you that, of course, you hear the speech every year. Your friends helped us make them up, so don't get mad at us if you don't like your will, okay? Take it with a grain of salt. They're not meant to be mean. We just want to get some sort of reaction or something, so I'll start. Laura Bladian leaves without a will because she's not here anyway. Okay, Jeff Elkuski leaves. At least that's what he told us. He's probably lying. Eric Andreoli leaves to show the world his boxers.
Gavin Andrews leaves, but first she needs a ride to the post office, the bank, the grocery store, and then back home.
Justin Ballard leaves so quietly that we just didn't see him go. John Bannon leaves a stench on the retreat.
Laura Basile leaves with very fond memories of the senior ball.
Ronnie Bates leaves to find another intelligent brunette.
Anthony Benoit leaves the bench to warm up the pitcher. Bethany Bergman leaves with a hearty moo.
Julie Bianchi leaves directions on how to go up an escalator.
Joe Billmeyer leaves his identity at Subway.
Dory Blackerby leaves, but no, wait, first she has to brush her hair. Melina Bloss leaves with Brent. What a surprise!
John Borco leaves the Chalky's parking lot.
Kara Brown leaves wearing Sharon Stone's underwear collection.
Brian Burho leaves. See you later!
leaves the Cure concert early. Allison Chen leaves. Bye, Bus!
Taylor Christie leaves to become a world-class bodybuilder.
Walker Christie leaves for Japan to become a sumo wrestler.
Nick Cleveland leaves to herd sheep. Bah! Mike Cobley leaves only after being sprayed with cobra repellent.
Matteo Comolini leaves in search of spare change so he can finally buy a pretzel in the a la carte line.
Lori Cookman leaves her car in the shop again and again and again.
Dan Corneli leaves. It's so weird.
Mike Crimming leaves Body Shapers early.
Nicole Crow leaves in the lean, mean green machine.
Brian Cusson leaves in search of spare change under the stands.
Tanya Dantas leaves everyone with a big hug. Oh. Julie Darling leaves, but has to stay home because she doesn't feel well.
Seth Deicher leaves with Carter chasing after him.
Chris DeBono leaves all his dignity at the top of the stairway.
Jessica Dreyer leaves for Bob McGay's birthday party. John Driscoll leaves, so who's gonna give us gum?
Doug Eastman accidentally leaves the top off the hand cream.
Alexis Eliopoulos leaves in jeans from the 6th grade.
Lissy Irwin leaves in the Brady's wardrobe. Dan Fetterman leaves in search of his twin brother, Jeff Guanera.
Emily Fortier leaves. Quick, hide the knives.
Carl Freeberg
He could probably do better. Angela Fry leaves anonymously. Kate Galicki leaves the freshman boys scared for life.
Meg Gallinaw leaves changing colors.
Chris Gasser leaves all our friends for Eric.
Ralph Gilligan leaves after Mom and Dad go to bed. Jason Gregory leaves the Industrial Arts Department.
Carter Griffin leaves so all the parents can go back to sleep now.
Steve Griffin leaves barking.
Lisa Griskowitz leaves the Fatal Attraction. Julie Grossman leaves driving on the sidewalk.
Laura Hamburger leaves a disco.
Sean Hammond leaves before his truck rots away.
Susie Harding leaves in the Goozer Cruiser. Trust me, you can't miss her. Scott Hatherley leaves without all of the awards.
Dana Hazel leaves. So what are you going to do about it?
Ben Heselton leaves his house for everyone to party at.
Andy Heeb leaves behind Coach Allen. Caitlin Horgan leaves to go bird watching.
Forget it. Lillian Horowitz leaves for the bathroom and putters on the way.
Eric Judson leaves without a hat.
Anne-Marie Keenan leaves and takes Dotson with her.
Steve Cody leaves, so don't flaunt it.
Damon Kretz leaves with Andy attached to his hip.
Avery LeBrecq leaves after 720 days of high school without wearing the same outfit twice.
Jen Lanza leaves haunted by memories of the home perm. Cindy Lawrence leaves without a word.
Josh Lawton leaves Leah and heads for Williams.
Steve LeBlanc leaves with a new porch in his backyard.
Jared Leland leaves with an extra suitcase for his ego. Andy Levering leaves.
Hey, what are you doing? What's up? How's it going? Where's Adam? Yeah, oh my God!
Arwen Lowbridge leaves her mark at Uno's.
Jay Lucia leaves Val, but she left first.
John McGinnis leaves his door open for Shy. Victor Marquez leaves to answer his beeper.
Tara Martin leaves the top down. The car, guys, the car.
Jake Matthew already left because he was just too impatient to stay.
PJ Matson leaves for academics at Colby. Sarah Matson leaves Martha's Vineyard with a sunburn and a stomachache from the ferry fumes.
Tammy Matthews leaves her delayed reactions behind.
Dan Moss leaves without saying 2 words.
Don Moss leaves Mrs. Kennison. John McCullough leaves to Montreal to go skiing.
Not. Katie McGinn leaves with a bouquet of roses. Surprise, surprise.
Monica McNall leaves Keith.
Ian McPherson leaves Westboro, but the chain around his leg just won't let him go. Andy Messia leaves with Noah trailing right behind.
Mary Mithrada leaves behind her devoted followers.
Mike Mastarsky leaves Vini, Vidi, Vici.
Shannon Murphy leaves the science department. Laura Olson leaves for Indiana.
No, Trinity.
No, Lehigh.
No, Villanova.
Susie O'Malley leaves to find out who's buried in Grant's tomb.
John Pescia leaves overly prepared for the prom.
Ben Pettis leaves his prom date to do the yard work. Pippin leaves a bomb somewhere.
Michelle Pollack leaves all her baggy clothing in her closet.
Amy Powell leaves in her party shirt.
Kelly Powell leaves her ID at home. Anissa Prefontaine leaves her tennis coach without a first seed.
Andy Reagan leaves through the door this time.
Paul Renaud leaves with Tammy.
Dotson Renaud leaves to change his name to Nissan. Lori Repsher leaves her spaghetti dinner all over Carter's bathroom floor.
Mike Raniker leaves, just barely.
Danielle Robinson leaves becoming MVP.
Randy Roachford leaves to work under a sink. Alex Rodriguez leaves to go fishing.
Sue Ross exits stage left.
Colin Rutt leaves on the 2-yard line.
Justin Shaw leaves. Thumbs up! Andy Shirey leaves his car in Cambridge.
Rob Simcoe leaves, not as Tim, not as Buck, but as Bob.
Derek Sivert leaves to join a pro basketball team. AJ Slater leaves after 4th period.
Tracy Sorensen leaves the girls' bathroom.
Paul Spring leaves all his history notes to Mr. Labrie.
Amy St. Clair leaves, but hey, didn't she just get here?
Okay. Matt Stewart leaves behind his black raincoat, and I think he threw a pumpkin all over my Mercury Cougar. I'll speak to him about that afterwards.
Jeff Stewart leaves, but has to go to the gym first.
Jen Stewart leaves addicted to rice.
Amy Sullivan leaves a family of raccoons embedded in the road.
Mike Sunkenberg leaves to show President Clinton how to really play the sax.
Ben's Amanda leaves to see the world with John, but has to come back because she's short on cash.
Blossom Thomas leaves an empty chair in the library.
Angela Thornton leaves hanging tough to move step by step in search of the right stuff.
Anjana Trivedi leaves her air cast and crutches behind.
Sue Tufts leaves wearing her Girl Scout uniform.
Kathy Bedola leaves with a tattoo of Rachel on her arm.
Amy White leaves a hot dog.
Greg White leaves for co-ed bathrooms at Connecticut College.
Sarah Williams leaves going 300 miles per hour.
Steve Wong leaves to be with Rachel at UConn.
Jada Woodman left her robe at home. Senia Davala leaves. Bye, guys.
And Lacey Andriga leaves center stage really short-handed.
That's it.
Thanks. Bar leaves can't handle the microphone.
Right now, I'd like to talk about the presentation of the class gift. Well, we have nothing to present right now because we've already bought it and it's in the school. But we had a significant amount of money left over to buy something nice, and we talked to the teachers and found out what they would want for the school. And so what we ended up buying is a very high-class industrial paper shredder. Okay, it's good. The teachers are really excited about this because they have finals to get rid of, guidances going sick over it because they have all the records to get rid of. And so also, as part of our class gift, we had money left over to give about $2,000 worth of scholarships this year. So we left a lot of memories behind, and we hope that if you receive a scholarship that you use it very well. So that's the class gift.
At this time, I'd like to thank Ms. Corbacero and Ms. Lewis. We've been with them every single Monday for activity period, and you don't understand how, I can't even explain how much these two women have done for the class. I'm telling you, I can't even believe she's still selling the boxers. I thought we lost that a while ago, but it's still coming up. But for all they've done, we'd just like to present them with a gift from the class of 1993. And I guess we'll start with Ms. Corbacero. Want me to tell what it is? All right, we got Ms. Corbacero a nice pair of Love Knot earrings. Thank you. Okay. And last but not least, my favorite algebra teacher, Miss Lewis. I know, but I figure, hey, I might be back here next year. Who knows? All right. Here we go. And we got Miss Lewis. Right here. Here's your flowers. Thank you. Okay, and we got Miss Lewis a really nice little rope bracelet, okay? But thank you very much, and I hope you all have a wonderful graduation, a wonderful weekend, and I love you all.
We also want to thank Miss Spinney. She has been at every single one of our class events, and she has chaperoned everything we've done. She's been one of our most spirited teachers, and she's advertised everything for us. So we wanted to thank her, and we got her a bouquet of flowers. And we also got Mr. Mark Venus something, because without him, we wouldn't have learned how to march out here, and we wouldn't have done a good job with graduation. Thanks, Mr. Mark Venus.
I knew I couldn't complete this graduation without doing something stupid, so there you go. Hope you enjoyed it. Wow. Okay. The last two people we'd like to thank are Mrs. Lubis and Mr. Mahoney. I think, you know, we obviously couldn't do any of our activities without their approval and their support, and we've had their support for 4 years, and we really couldn't have done anything that we've accomplished without them. Thank you very much.
That was quite a finale there with the plants. This class, I'm really touched. We've never received gifts. I'm sure Miss Spinney and Mr. Mark Venus feel the same way. The number of scholarships you have coming on Sunday, it's just been a remarkable group of people, and I want you to know how appreciative I am. Before we go on, I would like to present the members of the yearbook staff who are sitting on my right this evening. But before I introduce them and have them say a few words, I'm going to say a few words about each of them. I'd like to have Alexis Iliopoulos and Sarah Williams step forward, who are the co-editors. I have a few words from Mr. Kaplan, who's here with us this evening. He writes about Alexis and Sarah. I mention them together because that is the meaning of co-editors. Each hardworking, stubborn, creative, but in balance. A few moans and groans. And why did I ever want to do this? But together it got done. All 168 pages of pictures and copy and artwork, and layouts and revisions and conflicts. And where did we leave the layouts? But together. Alexis and Sarah. Felicity Lissy Irwin. Lissy, stand. Lissy is the photographer editor, and as Mr. Kaplan says about Lissy, she proved her advisor wrong when she actually planned for and was able to shoot 31 separate superlative pictures. Mr. Kaplan didn't think that could be done. There were other pictures, however, and altogether, these clear and candid pictures made the yearbook work. Thank you, Lissy. Owen Lowbridge. Owen is the business editor. Owen loved the control and the power. However, control and power is necessary in coordinating the efforts of a $15,000 budget, ad campaigns, sales campaigns, the juice machine chores, the students complaining they need their money back, the fundraisers, the layouts, the copy. As Mr. Kaplan would say, don't bother to apply for that job if you're afraid of a lot of work. And that's what Owen gave us. Thank you, Owen. The our business manager, the two editors, and the photo editor would like to say a few words to their classmates.
Okay, on behalf of the other three editors and myself, I'd like to introduce the yearbook of 1993 to you. SATs, college, good grades, class rank, deadlines, achievement tests. It's no wonder that most high school students feel like they're on the verge of an ulcer. Your brain feels like it's going to jump out of your nose, leaving you become a complete zombie. But wait, there's some good things to look forward to, such as senior year, senior privileges, licenses, college interviews, parties, proms, and dances. It's a shame that most of us have to completely lose our minds before the whole super-duper high school experience is over.
The class of '93 lived to meet their senior year. Some of us had our doubts along the way, but we made it. Now we are the kids that taking over the halls and balconies. We're the ones who were supposed to be looked up to. Whoever thought that we'd be allowed to go outside for study? That the homework would be the least of our worries? That we wouldn't care what the other grades thought of us? That the teachers would take us seriously? That we'd be getting our senior pictures? That we'd never have to see our face in front of another generic T.D. Brown background again? That scholarships could be so important? That we'd be applying to colleges? That we'd be accepted to colleges? That the teachers would look forward to our classes for intelligent conversation? And finally, whoever thought that we'd be here and it would be our turn to graduate?
Lucy and I would like to read some of the Remember Wins to you from the yearbook. Remember when the soccer players were all skaters? Remember when we went to New York City and got flashed? Remember when we left shy at Shell after the prom? Remember when the alcohol was only two-hand touch? Remember when Dory, Caitlin, Sissy, and Jen went to visit the new kids on the block? Remember when we had a reputation as a party class? Remember when Amy locked Emily in the annex bathroom? Remember we broke all the junior high PDA rules? Remember when Sissy loved Ralph Macchio, the Karate Kid? Remember when DeBobo fell down the stairs? Remember when Justin and Steve carried Kelly home? Remember when Michelle did the Pete Rose? Remember when Shy had a car? Remember when we played Spin the Bottle every chance we got?
Remember when? Hooch was the Lord of the Flies. We had blue and white versus purple day. Everyone got married in the 4th grade. Guys snapped our bras. We used to hang out at the library and the flick. Girls wore plastic charm belts and necklaces. We made gum wrapper chains. Remember when we used to wear fluorescent jelly shoes? Remember when we made Miss Costello cry? Remember when Derek Oliver was in gym class? Remember when we had Roll On America? Remember when we played Woolly Bear football during recess? Remember when we used to meet on the hill? Remember when Jen's mom gave her a home perm? And we'd just like to thank Mr. Kaplan because we have a lot of respect for that guy and he's been great for us. Thank you, Mr. Kaplan.
Thank you. Next, I'd like to ask Mr. Joseph Maweny if he would come forward and help with the presentation of the Certificates of Achievement. And Mr. Maweny, I've just noticed that you are the only man on the stage, Mr. Maweny. How do you feel about that?
Wonderful.
Wonderful.
No problem. Okay, it's my distinct privilege and pleasure to present the Certificates of Achievement. For outstanding achievement in Drama 1, Eric Andrioli. Come forward, and for outstanding achievement in Technical Drawing 3, John Bannon. For outstanding achievement in AP French, M. Laura Basile. For outstanding achievement in printmaking, Bethany Bergman. For outstanding achievement in Accounting 1, Julie Bianchi. For outstanding achievement in Technical Drawing 1, Doreen Blackerby. For outstanding achievement in Graphic Tech 1, Nicholas Cleveland. For outstanding achievement in topics of math, Lori Cookman. For outstanding achievement in drama 2, Daniel Corneli. For outstanding achievement in English 144, Julie Darling. For outstanding achievement in art history and concert band, Seth Deischer. For outstanding achievement in mixed chorus, Douglas Eastman. For outstanding achievement in trigonometry and pottery 2, Alexis Iliopoulos. For outstanding achievement in portfolio, Felicity Irwin. For outstanding achievement in AP Spanish, Psychology, and Men's Physical Education, Daniel Fetterman. For outstanding achievement in Music Theory 1, Concert Choir, Madrigal Singers, Carl Freeberg. For outstanding achievement in Economics, Kate Galicki. For outstanding achievement in Journalism 2, Kristen Gasser. I wanted to put an N in there. For outstanding achievement in International Foods and Music History, Laura Hamburger. For outstanding achievement in Creative Writing, Honors Psychology, and AP Calculus, Scott Hatherley. For outstanding achievement in AP Biology and Orchestra, Lillian Horwitz. For outstanding achievement in Computer Science 1 and Art 1, Stephen Cody. For outstanding achievement in Sociology, Avery Lebrecq. For outstanding achievement in Early Childhood 2, Jennifer Lanza. For outstanding achievement in Senior Survival, Cynthia Lawrence. For outstanding achievement in Concert Band, Joshua Lawton. For outstanding achievement in Consumer Math, Tamara Matthews. For outstanding achievement in Structured Program, Ian McPherson. For outstanding achievement in Modern Physics and Analytic Geometry, Andrew Messier. For outstanding achievement in Anatomy and Physiology, Shannon Murphy. For outstanding achievement in Mixed Chorus, Laura Olson. For outstanding achievement in Women's Physical Education, Danielle Robinson. For outstanding achievement in Honors Physics, Music Theory 2, and AP English, Robert Simcoe. For outstanding achievement in Economics, AP European History, Raymond Paul Spring. For outstanding achievement in Graphic Technology 2, Amy St. Clair. For outstanding achievement in Jazz Ensemble, Michael Sunkenberg. For outstanding achievement in Practical Biology and Algebra 1, Blossom Thomas. For outstanding achievement in German 2, Susan Tufts. For outstanding achievement in photography 1, Sarah Williams. For outstanding achievement in AP Computer Science, Stephen Wong. And for outstanding achievement in Algebra 2, Jada Woodman.
Now we will begin the class night awards, and Mr. Maweny will present them. As I read these, some of the awards were given earlier in the school year, but they deserve to be recognized this evening. Others will be presented to the seniors tonight. The National Merit Scholars were recognized last fall for their high academic achievement on the PSAT exam. Please stand as I read your name. The commended students were Nicholas Cleveland, Felicity Irwin, Stephen Griffin, Joshua Lawton, Andrew Messier, Pippin Petty-Schroepel, Stephen Wong, and we had 2 finalists, Robert Simcoe and Paul Spring. The Principal's Leadership Award is presented to a student who has demonstrated the ability to combine academic excellence and exemplary leadership in school and community affairs. The Leadership Award is presented this year to Laura Olson. The Academic Decathlon Team letters of recognition are presented to members of the team who made significant contributions. Please come forward to receive those certificates. Bethany Bergman, Stephen Cody, Andrew Messier, Paul Spring, Susan Tufts, Srinitz Yadavalli, the Academic Decathlon Team Coaches Medal is presented to a member of the team who, in the opinion of the coaches, made the most significant contribution to team spirit. The Coaches Medal this year is presented to Paul Spring. The Center Stage Recognition Award is presented by the members of the Center Stage Theater Club to the senior who has shown outstanding dedication to its activities and productions. This year's recipient is Arwen Lowbridge. The DAR Good Citizenship Award was presented last fall to a senior of outstanding character. This year's recipient, Scott Hatherley, would you please stand? The Dennis Skip Cole Memorial Award is presented to a student who has shown a love of music through use of voice and/or instrument. This year's award goes to Douglas Eastman. The Danforth Foundation Award is presented to those students who have shown the greatest improvement in attitude, behavior, achievement during their 4 years at Westboro High School. This year's recipients are Alexander Rodriguez, And please come forward. And Catherine Vidola. The State Mutual Outstanding Business Student Award was received in May to the most outstanding business student. I'd like to have Julie Bianchi please stand. The Worcester Telegram and Gazette Outstanding Achievement Award this year is presented to Scott Hatherley. Please come forward, Scott. While Scott is approaching, I will mention also that he received the Massachusetts Association of School Superintendents Academic Excellence Award in January. The American High School Mathematics Competition Award presented to the top scorer, this year's recipient, Andrew Shirey. The Babe Ruth Sportsmanship Award is presented to those students who have made the greatest contribution to the spirit of good sportsmanship and fair play. Their names will be inscribed on the plaque in the gym. They'll also receive a plaque this evening. Ian McPherson and Anissa Prefontaine. The Harold Bud Fisher Sportsmanship Award is presented to the athlete who has exhibited humility, loyalty, and self-sacrifice. His name also will be inscribed on a plaque in the gym. Please come forward, Peter Madsen. The Westboro Music Parents Association Awards are presented in recognition of singular merit, ability, and achievement in music. The National School Choral Award this year is presented to Carl Freeberg. The National School Orchestra Award to Lillian Horwitz. The John Philip Sousa Award to Michael Sunkenberg. The Louis Armstrong Jazz Award to Andrew Messier. The Lisa Horn Memorial Award is presented and is donated by the Richard Height family each year to the most outstanding business student. This year's recipient, Julie Bianchi. Please come forward, Julie. The MOVE certificates are earned at Assabet. While students attend Westboro High School, they also have earned a minimum of 500 hours demonstrating proficiency in the food trades. We have two MOVE certificate recipients this year. The first is Victor Marquez and Dawn Moss. The National Physical Fitness Awards are awarded to the top 50% of all high school seniors. This year's awards are to the following. Please come forward. Gavin Andrews, Doreen Blackerby, Taylor Christie, Daniel Fetterman, Carl Freeberg, Angela Fry, Sean Hammond, Dana Hazel, Lillian Horwitz, Stephen Cody, Jennifer Lanza, Tamara Matthews, Sarah Matson, Laura Olson, John Pessier, Amy Powell, Anissa Prefontaine, Susan Tufts, and Gregory White. The Presidential Physical Fitness Awards are awarded to the top 15%. These awards this evening go to Ronald Bates, Kate Galicki, Susan Harding, Avery Lebrecq, and Susan O'Malley. The American Association of Physics Teachers 1993 Physics Bowl Awards. Before I present those, I want to mention that for the second time in 3 years, Westboro High School physics students have won the Region 2 Physics Bowl, which consists of all schools participating in the 6 New England states. I think that's quite an achievement. The top scorers in the Physics Bowl are Scott Hatherley. Please come forward. Monica McNall, Andrew Messier, and Robert Simcoe. The participant awards in the Physics Bowl go to Ronald Bates, Bethany Bergman, Andrew Heap, Andrew Shirey, and Gregory White. The next awards are the perfect attendance recognition. These are Mr. Mawini's favorite awards. There will be no laughing on these, right, Mr. Mawini? No. These are very, very important. The first group of students have had perfect attendance for 1 year. Peter Burke, Taylor Christie, Alexis Iliopoulos, Daniel Fetterman, Damon Kreth, Joshua Lawton, Anissa Prefontaine, Paul Spring, Susan Tufts, and Gregory White. The following students have perfect attendance for 2 years. That's 360 days of no excuses. No excuses, Mr. Mawini, right? None. Laura Basile, Lisa Griskowitz, and Blossom Thomas. The 21st Century Book Award is presented for outstanding improvement in the field of English. The recipient this year is Catherine Vadola. We're very fortunate this year to have a student who is an ROTC scholarship recipient, and it will be presented this evening by Captain Slavin. I'm sorry.
Good evening. On behalf of the United States Army, I'm pleased to present this 3-year Army ROTC scholarship to Susan O'Malley. Susan won this on account of her academic and athletic performance, as well as her demonstrated leadership potential. This scholarship will cover 80% of tuition and fees at almost any school she chooses nationwide. It also covers $450 a year for books and $100 a month while she's in school. At the end of the program, she'll be commissioned as a second lieutenant in the United States Army. I did want to mention, Uncle Sam doesn't give too many of these anymore. There was competition among over 20,000 high school students.
Well, Susan, I don't know what we can do to follow that. The National Honor Society Certificates of Merit are presented to 2 seniors this year who are outstanding in scholarship, character, leadership, and service. The 2 recipients this year are Ronald Bates and Scott Hatherley. The Greater Media Scholar Athlete Awards were presented just this last month in May for outstanding academic excellence and athletic participation. The 2 recipients are Scott Hatherley, who's walking back. No, I'm not presenting that one. I'm just going to ask you to stand. And also to stand, Susan O'Malley. The District E Athletic Directors Awards for outstanding participation in athletics. This year's recipients are Ronald Bates and Danielle Robinson. The final 2 awards are always awards that are carefully chosen by the Faculty Council. They're presented each year to the 2 most outstanding seniors. As I present them, I will ask each of these fine young men to come forward. The first award goes to is the Ralph W. France Memorial Award. This one is for outstanding citizenship, and it goes to Ronald Bates. And the final award, the Chester L. Farah Jr. Memorial Award, is given to a member of the graduating class who has demonstrated good citizenship, integrity, leadership, and good sportsmanship. This year's recipient is Scott Hatherley. Thank you, Mr. Maloney. Thank you all for coming to our awards ceremony. The class of 1993 has demonstrated this spirit of cooperation that you have seen this evening for the past 4 years. The many honors and awards received at Class Night 1993 have been earned through dedication to academics, athletics, and artistic achievements. I hope to see all of you here on Sunday at 2 p.m. Thank you very much for sharing this evening with us. Marshals,